Hey guys, what's up? Thanks so much for stopping by. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Dana and I'm so happy to have you. In today's video, I thought we would try something a little bit different. Over on IG stories yesterday, I had dropped a little question poll asking what video requests you guys would like to see this week. And something that I saw pop up a few times was the purchase or pass videos. I don't think I've ever filmed one of these before. I have watched a few here and there, but I thought it was actually a pretty good concept for me because I am definitely a professional window shopper. I discussed this during the Sephora fantasy cart tag video where I just get a lot of satisfaction by adding things into my cart. I don't even have to buy them, but just looking at them, because even when I shop in store, I will hold on to something until the last minute. I'm like, no, never mind, I don't need this, and I put it away. It's a terrible habit, but no, maybe not so terrible because I'm saving money. But I think Jessica Braun even mentioned sometimes you just get the satisfaction by just looking and talking about the product, and then it's like, you know what, I don't even need it. So if you're somebody who's needing help about backing away from the shopping cart, maybe this video will help you, or who knows, maybe it'll just give you that little extra push to go ahead and purchase it. So I thought I would just go back and refer to Trend Mood's Instagram page. I think that's where the majority of us find out about brand new launches. So the very first one is actually one that I picked up today. This is a brand new Revlon ColorStay Light Cover Foundation. On here it says $13.99. I purchased mine for $14.99 at H-E-B, which typically H-E-B has lower prices. Right off the bat, I will say that the shade range of this foundation is terrible. It's so bad. There's really only one truly deep shade, and then you have like 3 warm medium shades, and then I don't know, everything just looks very yellow with the exception to ivory. That one just looks like a weird salmony pink. I went with neutral beige. So I plan on testing out the foundation this week and I'll let you know. I will say whenever I shook it in store, it feels like a very liquidy foundation. I haven't even opened the bottle yet, but just when you shook it up, it sounded really watery and liquidy. I'm hoping that it's not overly matte. It said natural finish. I liked Revlon ColorStay way back in the day, pre-YouTube days, but that's a foundation that I just don't even touch anymore. It's way too heavy and matte. I always did like the Revlon Photo Ready foundation though. I don't really have any interest in the Kendall or Kylie cosmetics line. I have purchased 2 Kylie cosmetics products in my lifetime. Both were palettes. The first one was like one of the 9-pan palettes. I pretty much decluttered it right away. I wasn't impressed, especially for the price. Clearly other people aren't that impressed either, because on Ulta the other day I saw that all the 9-pan shadow palettes from Kylie Cosmetics were marked down to $12.99. They were originally in the 40s, which is just ridiculous. The shadow pans are larger than the Colourpop ones, but the formula was nothing special. I did, and I do still really enjoy the holiday palette that I purchased last year. The main reason I bought it though was just because of the whole like Santa color scheme. It just sucked me in. I think that's why a lot of us do get sucked in with holiday collections, because honestly, I really don't feel like brands put in any extra effort quality-wise, formula-wise when it comes to holiday palettes or holiday sets. I think they just know we're suckers, and a lot of us do buy into the whole holiday gimmicky packaging stocking stuffer duo set. I'm one of those suckers, so no shame if you are too. The new NABLA Cosmetics side-by-side palette, that is actually what I'm wearing on my eye today with this quad here. I know not everyone loves glitter shadows. A lot of people avoid them in the Kylie Cosmetics palettes, Huda Beauty palettes, Colourpop palettes. I guess I'm just a little bit of a rebel. I take the risk because I just love this formula, or just love glitters on my eyes. The packaging of this though, I absolutely love. It's completely see-through. This is the Ruby Lights. So Miami Lights is the one that they released before this. It's on Ulta. I still haven't tried that one, but after trying this one out today, I really do want to get my hands on it. This is a formula where you can go in with no glitter glue, no primer. I just used my dry finger and I packed it right onto my lids. This was applied hours ago, earlier this morning, so it probably has faded some, but I haven't had any issues with like fallout or anything. Wow, these lights are making me look extra greasy today, but that's not even oil. I think it's just highlighter and stuff, but it's okay. I'm okay with it. All right, moving along, we have the KKW Holiday Collection. I don't know what it is. Something about the KKW line intrigues me a little bit more than the Kylie Cosmetics, probably only because I haven't tried anything from KKW yet, but the swatches of the gloss, like all 3 of those just look right up my alley. The lip liners look beautiful too. I'm not going to get them. Even whenever I look at the mini gloss set, I'm like, don't those look just like the Maybelline lift. What are they called? Liquid lift. I haven't tried those yet either though, but I did see the other day that CVS actually has several exclusive shades, and there was one really pretty deeper nude that I do want to get my hands on. So for this, I think I can skip on this $26 trio and go for the Maybelline glosses instead. Okay, next up we have the Patrick Ta, what is this even called? Major Glow Face Gloss. She Gives Me Life. I have seen little demos on Instagram stories of him using it. It does look beautiful, but I have so many products that I feel like are pretty similar to this. For instance, the Danessa Myricks Do Me Balms. I've been loving those. I promised you guys a full face of Danessa Myricks Beauty. That is still coming up. I also have the Kevin Kwan ones. I have the Ciate Dewy Sticks. So while the packaging of this is pretty, and I guess whenever I look at it, it does look different than some of these other balms that are out because most of them have been like in pressed pans or pumps like the Kevin Kwan one. This one is just in a jar. It does look like it's a little bit like thicker, and I do like the whole iridescence glitter in it. While it does look beautiful, I really do feel like I could achieve the same sort of look if I were to go in and mix one of my Colourpop loose highlighters like Strobe Globe in with any sort of clear balm that I have, like the Danessa Myricks one or the Kevin Kwan one. So while that does look beautiful, and I mean his artistry in general is just amazing, I just really feel like if I put in the effort, I could probably achieve the same sort of look to where I really don't have any need for that product. This one I am kind of curious about, only because I always kind of throw shade on Tarte Shape Tape. Whenever it first released, it was amazing, but since then I feel like there's so many other concealers that are just as good, if not better. For instance, the Too Faced Born This Way multi-use concealer. That one is amazing. I love my new NABLA concealer. There's just so many other concealers, but this is their new Ultra Creamy Concealer, the built-in eye cream to provide up to 24-hour moisturization for skin that looks hydrated and youthful, never dry, cakey, or crepey. And that was my big complaint with the Tarte Shape Tape. While the coverage was amazing, it just was not suitable for my under eyes. It was very drying. I used it at first just because I think we were all on the hunt for something new after going in with MAC Pro Longwear Concealer forever. And then I'm trying to think what the other big concealer was before Tarte Shape Tape. MAC Pro Longwear, like in the glass bottle with a tiny pump, and then there was another concealer that we all raved about. Everyone kind of had their love affair with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Honestly, I was never really a fan of that one. Those are the main two ones I can think of. So it kind of makes me wonder if that's why we all just went so hard for Tarte Shape Tape, because we're so desperate for something new. Lots of channels that I watch these days, a lot of people are like, oh, Shape Tape, really not so much. But this one does sound interesting because it sounds like they fixed the one problem that everyone kind of complained about. You have another Revlon product. I actually saw these in store today and I skipped on them because even in person, they just didn't look very saturated in pigmentation. Something about them, just even from first glance, they look like they would be something that would be a little bit more chalky and dusty. These are the Revlon High Voltage Color Prismatic Palettes. I can't remember what the price was in store. I passed on it. I don't know. I guess I just have so many other palettes, for instance, the NABLA ones that I've been using lately, that this one just, it needed something more in order to impress me. And unfortunately, it just was missing that it factor. Okay, this next one is actually something that I'm really excited about. And I didn't realize until after this post came up that none of Jamie Genevieve's content has been popping up on my YouTube recently. I don't know what it is. I think the same thing happens on Instagram. Your platforms will just hide different channels and people from you, which sucks because she's someone that I really did enjoy watching, but she launched a brand called, I'm guessing it's like Vieve for Genevieve, right? But her palettes, her lip liners, her lip products, everything looks so pretty. The lipsticks actually look very similar to like Tom Ford packaging, just very luxe and bougie. The highlighters look nice. I think more than anything, her lip products are really speaking to me. The eye palette is nice with that shade, what are you called? Chow. Anything rich, like marigold type of shades, I absolutely love. I mean, that palette, I'm sure I have a million colors like that in my collection. I am really, really interested in trying out the lip liners and the lipsticks. The shades that she chose just look amazing. Moving on, we have these new cream blushes called the Cheeky Rose from Winky Lux. I think I've only ever tried a lip liner or maybe eyeliner from them just through BoxyCharm or Glossybox. Now, these are kind of pricey for a cream blush in this sort of packaging. I can't say for sure because obviously I haven't seen it, but just from the looks of it, it looks like a teeny tiny little pot. I do love how it's in this little plastic clear globe, but the second you use it, you're gonna start to lose the whole rose shape. But either way, I'm just a sucker for cream cheek products. I just love them so much. I really do want to try this shade here. I think it's called, I'm guessing that one's either Dodgy or Crown. That one just looked so pretty. Perfect for just everyday wear. Next, we have some more Kylie Cosmetics. When I first saw this picture, I instantly thought it was a Too Faced collection. Just the whole color scheme of those 6-pan palettes with the little gold square or frame around the shadows. I thought for sure that that was Too Faced, but nope, guess not. Okay, next up we have the Fenty Diamond Bomb. While I am still the last person on earth to purchase the Fenty Gloss Bombs, Laura, my best friend, always raves about them. I hear everyone always talk about them, but I tried it at her house and it was pretty, but I don't know, I just wasn't like completely sold on it. I mean, it was cute, but I just didn't get why people freak out about it as much as they do. I have an insane amount of highlighters. That's one product that just hasn't really been exciting me that much lately, which is crazy because highlighters is one of like my favorite products to apply, but I just have a drawer full. So unless it's just something in really exciting packaging or just a totally different formula, for instance, even like the Patrick Ta one, when I look at that one, I'm just kind of like, not so much. So it's nothing against Fenty Beauty. It's just that product I just haven't been excited for. However, the Raw Beauty Kristi Colourpop collab, I am so excited for. And it's not even necessarily that I need the shadows because just like pretty much any other palette on the market, I probably have every single one of those shades or something very similar in my collection already. More than anything, she's just an influencer that I would love to support. I love that she's pregnant right now and just how them creating their new home, just the graphics and everything on this palette are so cute. I know earlier I mentioned in the Jamie Genevieve collection, that whole kind of mustardy marigold color, she has one in her palette as well. And she has some really pretty mossy olivey greens. I actually haven't tried any of the Colourpop Luxe glosses yet either. Okay, I know. Earlier I said I have most of these eyeshadow palettes, but the new Huda Beauty Obsessions eyeshadow palette in, what are you called? The Gold Obsession. I want that. I need it. I have so many of her mini obsessions. I have been good and I've passed on so many of the latest ones. For instance, I didn't get any of the haze ones. I didn't buy any of the nude ones just because I felt like I had so many of those shades, whether it was in my previous mini obsessions palettes or like in the Desert Dusk or New Nudes palette. I even skipped out on the Naughty palette. And I typically always purchase the larger Huda Beauty palettes. I didn't buy Retrograde just because I wasn't into those tones, but New Nude, Desert Dusk, Rose Gold Remastered, all of those I love. But the Naughty palette just looked so similar just from swatches to a majority of the shades in the New Nudes palette to where I was just like, I don't need that. But this Gold Obsessions, I mean, the shimmers in here just look magical. The metallic shades almost look like those type of glossy wet shades. It just, I need it. The outer packaging, everything of this, I need it. That's a product that I will 100% be buying. It's just, it's so pretty. I typically am not even the craziest about like the yellow golds. I like more of like a bronzy muted gold. There are two very yellow tone golds in here, but I don't even care because the other shades are just so beautiful. Another thing with the Naughty palette, though, just going back to that, let's give that a moment. That whole slippery shade in there, honestly, besides the fact that I felt like I had a lot of those shades from the New Nudes palette, that whole concept just grossed me out. I don't know what it is. It almost reminded me of just like holes. I couldn't do it. I know a lot of people were complaining about that product, but yeah, it's something new in a palette and creative, but it just gave me the heebie-jeebies. I couldn't do it, no. There was really just one other product in here. Oh, these. Have you guys ever tried Kimchi Chic before? I don't know why I haven't tried them because I mean, hello, the brand name is Kimchi. I love kimchi. It's like one of my main food groups. But these bronzers, okay, the packaging looks amazing, but then just the colors, a lot of them do look very, very soft and muted, which could be good because then it's something you can build up. But what I really like is that a lot of them are very, very warm toned. I always talk about how I like very orangey and red bronzers. I know some people still really like the cool tone ashy bronzers to contour, but whenever I go in with bronzer, I typically just buff it all over just to really warm up my complexion. And packaging, color, name of this whole line, I need it. It just looks so pretty. And I think that is pretty much it. I feel like I have been talking forever. Let me know some of the products that you plan on either purchasing or passing up on. I would love to hear some input from you. If you haven't already, you can go check me out over on Instagram if you want to hear more things, just Christmas, unboxings, recipes, all sorts of random good stuff. It's all over there. So I'd love to have you. But that's it for this one. Thanks so much for spending part of your day with me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.